Hey everyone, thank you for tuning in today. I'm here with my very good friend John, one of my main training partners. Lately, he's moved to another part of the state, and we're not together in the same place doing this breakdown. So we're doing it over the phone with him looking at the screen, pretty much the same thing I'm looking at, and I'm looking at my screen, and we're breaking it down over the phone. We're discussing the match as it goes along. So there will be some technical difficulties. I've smoothed it out as much as I could in editing, but please accept our apologies for some rough patches that we had to go through in order to bring this to you. And again, thank you, John, for doing this with me. I know that it's a pleasure to break down a Garry Tonon and Eddie Cummings match. Yep, here we go.
So they started both on the feet, and Eddie decided to pull guard after all. And they start with some mat scrambles right off the bat. It's crazy. Obviously, they're going with the leg locks, which is what everyone thought was going to happen anyway. Um, Nobody's in for a disappointment here so far.
For sure, Eddie did deliver.
Yeah, and yeah, he did deliver. And Garry did like a Granby roll out of it, and a kind of other roll, and
Right now, I can see that they're scrambling for legs.
and so right here they're still battling for leg for they're actually going for the knee line. They're trying to expose a knee or something, and Eddie decided to oh, look at that takedown.
Yeah, it's a good single, but I mean,
I mean,
I love how Gary kind of sat back and tried to see what Eddie was going to do.
Yeah, true.
And then
and right now they're going into Ashigrami, but Garry had his leg out, so Eddie decided to counter that. Now Eddie has a straight Ashigrami, Irimiashi. And this is a good transition right here. We're talking about it from the saddle. Boom, right into the back take. Look at that. Beautiful thing.
Can we go back? I'd like to point something out.
Yeah.
Let's go back to, I'm going to stop it at, let's start at EBI timer 8:30. I'd like to point this out to your viewers. And I do this as well. Because at 8:30, even if you pause it at EBI timer 8:30, you can see Garry clearly putting his left hand out there to stop the saddle entry.
Yeah.
But he knows that it's like Eddie has put Garry at a dilemma.
Yeah.
At 8:26?
Yeah.
He needed both hands to post, so he could not monitor Eddie's leg. And so that was the dilemma. If you wanted to post both hands on the floor and get up, you were going to have to accept that sweep or entry.
Oh, yeah,
and
definitely.
Here, he takes the back.
Yeah. And he didn't stay on the back for a long time. He went into the mount. I mean, Garry obviously didn't let him stay on the back too long. But right now they're fighting. Yes. They're battling for that knee line again. Gary's keeping that leg very straight so he doesn't get heel hooked. And beautiful transition to the inside Senkaku. Look at that thing. Amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Now he's in double trouble. But the knee's getting out of there. The knee's getting out of there. Eddie's trying to reclaim it. And again, he let go of the legs to pursue the guard pass. That was a great transitions, man. This is for anyone who says that Eddie Cummings was is a leg guy. He is a leg guy, but he's a lot more than that. Look at that pass, beautiful. Now, granted, there is not a lot of effort.
Before that, Eddie had good control of his secondary leg, so even as Garry tried to pull out, he still had control.
Yeah. Now look how he crosses his feet, and look that leg going across, so he doesn't get shaken off. Eventually, he's getting there, but there you go, he's holding. Now look at this transition coming up. It's pretty amazing. Pretty good stuff. Straight into that arm bar, Senkaku arm bar, I think they call it, and then into the leg. Awesome. Look at that. Garry's getting out of the inside Senkaku, giving up the outside position, but clearing the knee line. So good, and you can see how relaxed they both are. I mean, it's Gary's expressions are not changing throughout this whole thing. If I had Eddie Cummings on my ankles, I would have a terrified look on my face probably.
Oh, of course. Of course.
But apparently, when you train with someone every day, it's there you go, a little cartwheel, just for the fans. Head inverted to recover. Another one. This one had more success, a little more success, I guess. It was either the guard pass or the legs, in this case, neither. And this is interesting what Eddie's doing. Look at that. This is he's going into like a, he went into a reverse ashigarami to get into that position. Gary's keeping those legs straight. And so right here, Eddie's playing his guard. And now, play on. And so, that's interesting. They're both attacking each other's legs, and neither of them has a knee line yet. Although Eddie does, but it's
right at the line.
It's a little
but
question.
Now that I see it,
oh yeah,
now I see.
He's got the line, but he's got no. The problem is that he's on the outside ashigarami, and he. Oh, there you go. I was gonna say he's not giving him his heel, but he almost gave it to him.
I think Gary did a great job of hiding his secondary leg. Well, not now, but during that transaction.
Yeah. And even here, look how close they're keeping the feet to the butt, so they don't get exposed.
And I love that tweet.
Oh, look at that! Oh, nice, man. Front headlock. That was beautiful from a front headlock. Look at this. This is pretty tight. I don't care what people say. This was pretty tight for a second.
Oh yeah.
It still is. You can see Gary's face turning red. I don't know what your screen tells you, but
yeah, no. I could see it.
And
every time I watched it, I
finally his facial expression changed.
He was in trouble.
Oh, look at that!
And just grabs the leg.
Okay, pause it for a second, please. Pause it for a second. Let's bring it back. Pause it for a second there, please. Bring it back.
Sure.
Let's bring it back to, if you can, to 4:15 on the EBI clock. Before you play, let me just say something with regards to that next exchange that we saw from defending the front headlock to the legs. I'm not here to advertise Garry Tonon's instructionals or anything like that. I'm not, obviously, I don't even know the guy personally, but I'll tell you something. He has I think his first instructional of the series is called "Exit the System." I don't know if you've seen any of it. Yeah,
correct.
This is. I mean, his instructionals are one of a kind. You know, he doesn't go about the breaking mechanics of things or anything like that, but he does go about linking and chaining things together that you can see from other instructionals. And in Exit the System, he demonstrates a lot of escapes. He's well known for his escapes from tough positions, but he demonstrates ways to escape tough positions, like this one where his face is clearly way redder than his thighs, and and not only escaping but entering into a submission system or subsystem of his own. Like in this case, he was in a front headlock, whatever, I can't see it from here. I think it's Anaconda or something. And he not only escaped the actual submission hold, but entered into his own attack. And if it was someone else than Eddie Cummings, he probably would have succeeded with that attack, because whoever expects you to go into the legs from being about, to become tapped, So that was.
I expected, brother. I'm all about that. If you're like them near me, I'm grabbing them. No, but I get what you're saying, brother. I get what you're saying. Nobody really expects it, but that's why Garry is mine and my mom's favorite grappler.
Oh yeah,
because she does.
He's my mom's favorite grappler. I don't know if I've told you that before. He's everyone's mom's favorite grappler.
He is my mom's favorite grappler. My mom doesn't even know anything about grappling. But anyway, continue, brother.
All right, let's play it on here. Alright, so we're in a 4:15 mark on EBI clock, and I'm gonna play it in 3, 2, 1, play. Right here, he's still in a hold. Look at that. He's still in a hold.
Still a nice guillotine hold.
And next thing, look at this. Boom, he got right out of nowhere. And Eddie knew what's coming, because look how he started pummeling his legs right away. I mean,
Exactly.
everyone will know what's coming. The thing is, the trick is to know early enough what's coming to defend it. And now we're seeing some good action. Look at that isolation of the leg. I forget what Danaher calls that position exactly, but I know he has a name for not this.
Looks like an over under, just like a. Oh, okay.
No, not this. When he had the leg entanglement, the ashigarami, and then he isolated the one leg on top. Right here, he's going into a reverse. He's trying to get into a reverse ashi, but he almost got his back taken. And Eddie Cummings responds accordingly. Now look at that pass right off the. I mean, it's not a pass yet, but it's getting there. And the back exposure. Look at this thing. Look at that.
Yeah.
Oh my God. It's a pleasure.
From a turtle.
This is a pleasure to watch.
Back, like a rolling back take. Nice.
And you do that on a guy that knows your game, you know, from A to Z. Now he's got a top control. Now he's going to go for a crossbody right here. Or the twister position. Right there. Eddie's defending that matchfully. Now he's in a kind of like a Tikimura almost. And he goes for that armbar.
It was a good Tikimura position.
Look how he posted on one hand to high stop. Now he's gonna go into that spider web. Eddie Bravo is really proud of him right now, watching this. Really proud. Eddie Bravo almost started applauding right there. And now look at this. Look at this transition.
Can we back it up?
Sure.
Because I want to hold on. Let me find the segment.
You tell me where.
Let me find it. But let's just start at 219. And even before I saw this match, or when I saw the match, I was like, wow, I do the same thing. But let's just go to the EBI marker 219.
I am there.
And so you can see now, I would like everybody to monitor Gary's left foot, and it makes the switch. Now, I love that switch because it is insurance to what he does here, which is a triangle and an arm bar. So I suck personally at arm bars. So my insurance is to cross my leg over their face.
Correct.
Because they'll mostly escape my arm bar, but at least I have some insurance.
Yeah.
I let them come up, and as you can see, she left Eddie come up straight into a triangle position.
So check this out. I actually wanted to talk to you about this. If you can go back, let's go back on the marker, EBI marker 221, or yeah, 221, let's say. So here's the thing. So like you say, he sneaks that leg, that left leg in this case is going to be between his arms towards his face, right? So and this is amazing. That's what they call a 3/4 Jujigatami. It's the regular straight arm bar they call straight Jujigatami, I think. And in the Danaher system, is when I say they call, I mean these guys. They're from the same school.
Right.
And when you sneak the leg, in this case the left leg, through the arms, that's a 3/4 Jujigatami, and this is a very, very strong. You're 100% right. This is a very, very strong position for an armbar, because it does not allow your opponent to actually. You're pinning the shoulder, but you're also pinning their head down to the floor completely. So it doesn't allow them to really come up. If you have that, you can almost let go of that leg in the spider web and be pretty certain they're not coming up. Now, the thing also is, like you pointed out, he actually goes into triangle. So he puts his right instep under Eddie's head.
Right.
Let's play this.
Right.
Okay, so right there he's going to sneak his foot through, his left foot. Right there.
Right.
Now, let's pause it a second and go back to like 213 or 214 rather. 214. 14, yeah. If you pause it on 214, do you see what Eddie's right hand is doing? Find 214 exactly on the EBI clock.
What his right foot is doing? His right foot is over.
Eddie's right hand.
Kind of wedged under Eddie's shoulder.
Eddie's right hand.
Oh, Eddie's right hand. Yeah, Eddie's right hand is fending off Garry's left foot.
He let go of the. He was holding his arms so he doesn't get armbarred. He let go of the arms just so he can prevent that foot from going in, because he knows that this foot is going to go in and be a bigger problem than him. You know, it's a more urgent issue to address, I suppose you can say. And so he's trying to prevent that foot from going between his arms. The foot goes anyway, and you're going to notice right after that Garry's right instep going behind Eddie's head. Now this is the setup for the triangle. So if we play it on in 3, 2, 1, go. Right there. You notice how his instep went, and then he goes for the triangle. So I wanna ask you. We can play it on. We can let it play on to the end. But I wanted to ask you, why do you think he went for that triangle? I mean, obviously it was there, but he could have finished the Jujigatame and nobody would have minded. Why do you think he went to the triangle though?
The same reason I would go for a triangle, because you create a dilemma and it's your insurance. Obviously, I'm not at that black belt level, but it makes sense to do so. If you wanted to break him from the spiderweb position, he could have done so. But you'd have to ask yourself, well, why are you screwing around with your feet and misplacing or placing them here and there? Why not just focus on where your feet are and finish him from that spiderweb position? So the answer must be, it's because of insurance. It's because I'm going to set up a dilemma. Do you want your arm broken or do you want to get choked? So that's why I believe he did that. It's a beautiful dilemma.
That is a great point. This is what probably is what happened right there. I'm watching the replay right now. I let it play on.
Yep.
I'm watching the replay right now. I can see that triangle because you're right. He can, and that was it basically. So.
And if you look, brother, he did not finish the triangle.
No.
He tapped to an armbar. So from that position, I know that the blood was not occluding from that position. And obviously the commentary says in the video, taps the armbar. So, yeah, I mean, it was a great dilemma. Do you want to get choked, or do you want me to break your arm? So,
correct. So I'm replaying it right now, just one more time on the replay. You don't have to do it because we already saw, but he's just barely going into the 3/4 juji and right away wedges that foot behind. Now he has a great angle there, so I actually think he tapped to the triangle. Do you want to replay it one more time? On the go to the replay. Go to the replay.
Oh, the replay? Okay.
Yeah, go to the beginning of the replay. Okay, so play it on. Play it on right now. So right now, as you can see there, barely Garry is now heisting on his hand to get that leg over.
Yep.
Eddie Bravo is obstructing the view, but now he's moved out of the way. And now Garry is going into the spider web is where I'm at. Now he's gonna start sneaking that leg in. Eddie Cummings is gonna try to prevent that. Right there, he's holding his arms together. Now he's gonna try to prevent that. And this is where he goes into the triangle. So watch here, he creates such a good angle right there that I am certain that Eddie actually tapped before the armbar was extended. I may be wrong. I don't know. I'm just saying,
No. I would go even further to say he did not create an angle because the angle was already there. You're already in a key. Your bodies are already in a key shape.
True. Yeah, absolutely.
So he's already staring at Eddie. Garry is already staring at Eddie's ear from that spiderweb position. So it is perfect placement for a triangle. You don't need to go anywhere because once they come up, you're still staring at your opponent's ear, which is the angle that you need to finish the triangle anyway. So, beautiful.
Yeah, he definitely tapped before his arm was extended. I think he tapped to the triangle. I actually slowed it. I actually paused it and pushed play right at the moment he tapped. And he tapped right before the armbar. But I wanted to bring up an interesting point that, I mean, so if you and I were training and I had the opportunity and I'm that good, right, to be able to switch from from arm bar to a triangle at will, pretty much.
Sure.
And,
okay.
And I know that you may or may not tap to an arm bar, not because of pride only, but because, I mean, you don't want to lose the match.
Right.
Like Gordon didn't tap to Craig Jones's arm bar, if you remember, and he almost got his arm broken. I know some of it popped, but according to both of them, but then he ended up beating Craig Jones after that. So these guys at this level, they don't just tap to arm bars. They get a little bit injured before they tap, And I think that Garry really knew that Eddie wasn't gonna tap willy nilly, and he was gonna he thought he might have to have him injured. So I think he just went into the triangle because he knew that he could still get the armbar from there, but he could also tap him without injuries. That was my opinion of it. I think that's why he went to the triangle for the most part.
Sure. No, I totally agree.
I mean, they're teammates. I don't think that, it was one of those things. They've been scrambling from submission to submission all match long, and I don't think Garry was that concerned about that. He was more concerned about Eddie Cummings' well-being, in my opinion, at least. I'm not even sure if that's the case, but who knows, man? Who knows? These guys, I don't know. I haven't been in their training room, but they know each other pretty well. Who knows how long Eddie has his arm extended before he taps in the training room, let alone a match, So.
Oh yeah, I heard. Well, I mean, I think there was some drama going on, and I read some text that they were just posted up on BJJ World, and I heard they go pretty hard. Eddie, Gordon, and Garry in that training room.
Right.
But it could have been that point where, I don't want to hurt him. I probably got to see him on Monday. I would like him to train. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But even before that, bro, I think Eddie accepted his fate. Like, you have a fully locked on triangle, and not only that, Garry at will can extend my arm and break it if he wishes. Like, what are you going to do? You have two thick ass sockets surrounding, your carotid arteries. You're either going to, lights out or something snaps.
Definitely, yeah.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, man. But I mean, that was a lot of fun, man. The match and the commentary with you, man. I loved it. It was. I know I'm. You got to go do stuff because we're not professional breakdowners. We got stuff to do besides that. So I'll let you go do your stuff, man. But thank you very much for doing this with me. It was a great pleasure. It was a great pleasure breaking down this particular match also. You remember what I told you a couple of weeks ago, and because guys, this thing took like a couple of weeks to set up, believe it or not, just because we're not in the same place. And I told John, I texted him right away. I told him, watch this match, and let's do this commentary on it because I think that you're gonna like it. You're gonna like it. So he's like, oh yeah, I've seen it. Let's do this. So yeah, and it came to fruition.
Sure. Thank you so much for bringing me on.
Of course.
And it's all for your viewers, especially your leg locking viewers. I hope they can appreciate this. They can appreciate the match because if you want to, excel at leg locking, I mean, really break down and analyze, why Garry and Eddie succeeded and failed, and where they transitioned, and why they transitioned. I hope this video helps your viewers, bro.
Thanks, man. Thank you very much, and on their behalf too. Thank you.
right.
All right. We'll
Right.
talk soon.
Later,
We'll
brother.
talk soon. Talk soon. Have a nice one, man. Thanks a lot.
All right, brother. See ya.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you for staying through this over half an hour show. And everyone, hope you enjoyed it.